Okay, so for those of you who have never been here before, don't get too comfortable because this show is going right back on hiatus after I film this episode. Now, this is Drezen Draws, a live drawing program in which I, Rich Drezen, draw. I've drawn so much in the last 3 years that I've been doing this show. I have been suffering from a little bit of creative burnout, but it happens to the best of us. Now, shameless self-promotion time. I do birthday parties and corporate events. I will be more than happy to come to you, well, virtually anyway, until COVID is over, and commemorate your event with special edition sketchbooks, which we will use to draw 2 of your favorite characters. For more details and or to reserve, message us or visit drezenmedia.com. I also do a weekly webcomic called LuckyZilla, which is also a board game. You can get it on luckyzilla.com. Lots and lots of fun. Lots of dice rolling. Cards determine your fate, and the one with the most points wins. It's loads and loads of fun. Now available are a celebration of LuckyZilla on DVD or Blu-ray disc, featuring new restorations of classic LuckyZilla cartoons. You can get that also on luckyzilla.com. But it all starts with the comic books. Feed your imagination and take flight with LuckyZilla. Issue number 22 is due out on April 4th. Shameless self-promotion time is over. Now, on to the matter at hand, which is Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny is perhaps one of the all-time greatest cartoon characters. For me, growing up, Bugs Bunny was a cartoon character like any other cartoon character, only he kind of stood above the rest. I don't know what it was. I mean, I don't know if I was a huge Bugs fan. Don't get me wrong, I love Bugs, but he's not my all-time favorite. But he always seems to, I don't know, just resonate with so many people. And his design, in particular, is just so perfect that, you know, to see him any other way is just, well, it's not Bugs Bunny. For this reason, like Mickey Mouse, he is very hard to draw. Now, I was inspired to do this episode by Thad Komorowski and Bob Jakes, who are 2 really, really, really smart guys. Thad is a writer, a comic book writer, and he also worked in radio. I believe he hosted something on jazz. I don't know if he likes jazz, and I'm sure I don't, well, we're not going to make any B-movie references, so screw that. But those 2 gentlemen host a podcast called Cartoon Logic. It is a terrific podcast that I recommend all of you listen to. You'll learn some really cool stuff. One of the more recent episodes they did was regarding the Bugs Bunny 80th anniversary Blu-ray. And so that got me thinking as they were talking more and more about the character. They mentioned this model sheet, which you're seeing here, which I believe was drawn by Robert McKimson. And Thad, if you ever happen to see this, feel free to throw a comment in here telling me whether or not I'm right or wrong. I swear I've listened to every single Cartoon Logic podcast episode, some more than once, and I mean, if it wasn't 9 o'clock at night and I wasn't ready to turn in as soon as I finished this, I'd probably be listening to it or binge watching Hotel Impossible. Now let's look around at what we got here. Like, I mean, these are just perfect shapes. I don't know how Bob McKimson did this so well, but I tried tracing this about a week ago, and I couldn't even come close. And you would think I'd be a natural because we've got... Let me see if I can get the opacity down. I mean, even tracing Bugs Bunny is no easy task. Because, I mean, it's not... I mean, in a way, you do have to kind of draw perfect circles, but not quite circles. Somewhat ovals. What do we got here? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I downloaded the New York Knicks official app because I was planning on maybe watching some basketball tonight, but the Knicks are sucking. What else is new? I mean, they're not in last place, but... yeah. But you didn't come here to watch me trace. I'm not actually even tracing right now. I'm just trying to break down the proportions a little bit, which is something I don't often do. I'm more or less a, you know, just rough it out. You know, a little bit of construction here and there, but otherwise, just go nuts. I mean, rough it out, of course, because that's how I do, but... but I don't spend very much time just breaking down and blocking out, and the drawing is the thing. Keep neck fairly short. And perhaps that's a bit too short. Bugs, like Mickey Mouse, is very easy to draw badly. I mean, I'm just screwing around right now. Oh, pardon me. I'm just screwing around right now. Those of you wanting to book birthday parties and corporate events, there will be an additional charge for drawing Bugs Bunny or Star Wars characters. Nah, I'm just messing with you. It'll be the same charge as everyone else. Message me for more details. Just Bugs. Man, he is not easy to draw. And this ain't the first time I've drawn him on Double D. Nor is it the second time I've drawn him on Double D. This is about the third. because I'm counting Big Chungus. Okay, let me find some Chungus for you. Hang on just a second. There we go. That was drawn April of 2019 in the before time. So you would think by now I would have improved to some degree. What do you think, Kat? Do you think I should have improved between now and then? I was going to play some music, wasn't I? I'm a dummy. This is going to be my last episode for the foreseeable future, which will use music by Epidemic Sound. Whether or not I renew my subscription with ES will all depend on the future of Drezen Draws. For the foreseeable future, we will be on hiatus, but I do want to take this this moment to thank Epidemic Sound and their executives and associates and all their moving parts for bringing myself and other creators an amazing selection of music to be used in the stuff that we do. Thank you very much, Epidemic Sound, and for those of you who are live streaming this or similar projects that need music and can't really afford to hire a composer, go to epidemicsound.com. They have free trials that are, I think, a 30-day free trial, and personal subscriptions start at about $15. That's 15 US dollars, which is a steal, if you ask me. And they're not paying me to say that. I speak from experience. So now let's get back to trying to draw Bugs Bunny, who is really, really hard to draw. Now I'm not going to trace because, you know, if you trace the great Robert McKimson and then try to pass his work off as your own, you're a jerk. For a second I thought my pen was going. Okay, this should be interesting.
Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday.
I don't know why, but that doesn't really feel like bugs. I mean, damn it, when you're drawing from what some consider to be the definitive Bugs Bunny model sheet, you definitively have to draw him like Bugs Bunny. Otherwise, what's the point? The title of this episode is also something of a disclaimer. Because, geez, is Bugs Bunny hard to draw. I might buy that stupid Blu-ray after all. I just don't want that ugly Funko Pop that comes with it. That's one thing I can never get into, or let alone understand the appeal of, is those awful, awful Funko Pop toys. I mean, some people love them. I personally want nothing to do with them. Though I will be honest, I own some Funko Pop pens, which I think, honestly, was the best use of those things. For the Mickey Mouse 90th anniversary, Disney had partnered with Funko to make several Mickey Mouse Funko pens that were great and still hold up pretty well, especially with extended use. And you can find them online for probably like $4 or $5. I think his chin might be a little too big. The cats are doing things. Let's watch them if we can. There's 3 cats over there. That's Maleficent. Behind her is Bella, aka Squishy. And that's Destiny. Kitten. Pretty kitty. And off she goes like a rocket. Alright, let's readjust my camera. Hi, Dick. Yes, I know. I lied. I'm off hiatus for like 2 seconds, and then I'm going right back on it. I just needed an excuse to draw something and also finish up with my Epidemic Sound stock music license, you know? 'Cause, I mean, I got it until the 15th, so I figured, hey, what the heck? You know, I'm in the mood now. Let's do it before my mood sours. And I kind of regret it. Okay, that is starting to feel like Bugs Bunny. You gotta fix these cheeks. They're just a tad too puffy. Yeah, that's a bit more conservative, I'd say. So Nick, word on the street says it's your last night being a certain age. And since Nick is one of our most frequent drawaholics, so I don't know what else to call my Drezen Draws regulars, I would like to be one of the first to wish him a very happy birthday. If that's the case, if your birthday is not tomorrow, then I'm a dummy. I'd also like to thank one of our longtime patrons, John Klimyuk, better known as Onjikun, who is an extremely talented artist. Okay, cool. It'll be one of the few things that I ended up getting right today, which I'm happy that I got some things right today. Because life gets more and more complicated by the second. But I'm getting married soon, and it's wonderful. And the woman I'm marrying is wonderful, and, well, you know. Good things are good. Whoa! Whoa! Hey now. We're not playing Christmas music in March. Like, are you kidding me? How did I miss that? I have not played that many great games as of late. I mean, I can't remember the last game I played. I got an adapter for my my X Arcade, which is a USB arcade controller that I got over there, and I installed some emulators on my Nintendo Wii, thanks to finally learning how to install the homebrew channel. For those of you that know what that means, I think really from getting back to the drawing, the tough part for me in drawing bugs is the head and the face. I mean, this pose right here, I have always loved. I mean, anytime Bugs gets a little pissed off, hey, that's good in my book. See, I got some of the frills and the fuzz in my own character, Lucky Zilla. So you would think I'd be able to draw bugs a little bit more effortlessly, but if this is a character that you don't draw on a regular basis, well, you know, practice makes perfect. Okay, now I feel like I'm starting to get a hang on the ears. That's a good question. I mean, I'd have to double check with a few people. I mean, I'll take your word for it because I know you research this a lot more than I do. I just was listening to this one podcast, Cartoon Logic, and they were discussing the definitive model sheet, and I believe this is the one that they mentioned. It is amazing how hard this squowy wabbit is to draw. Gotcha. Yeah, I say phooey on anyone that says anything negative about Clampett. You know, how he was always taking credit for things or whatever. I mean, Clampett was a cartoon genius. To what extent he came up with all the things he is credited with, I mean, anything's open to question, but I think I enjoy his cartoons more than many of the other directors, but for no reason in particular other than they are really effing funny. I mean, the Avery stuff is good for the most part. Frizz's cartoons are really good. I mean, even McKimson made some good ones. I mean, in particular, the McKimson cartoons that are my favorite are the ones with Taz. Now I'm just kind of spitballing, as it were. Almost looks like the Trix rabbit here, but... Interesting. I mean, his head is definitely an egg. That is for certain. Oh, I think I got something. I think I got something and I'm running with it. Like, I also know that you're on a bit of a Sonic Adventure kick right now. This music that's playing right now is kind of reminding me of the Casinopolis level in Sonic Adventure 1. The cats have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. But it's okay. I think even if they had hands, they wouldn't play video games. I also gotta say, I'm really enjoying HBO Max. I think more so than any other streaming service. Let's see. Funny you should mention that. I just got the Steam version of it recently. I love it because you can mod it to be closer to the Dreamcast version while keeping the extra goodies from the GameCube port. It's the definitive version of the game as a result. Sounds good to me. Well, my parents have my Dreamcast still. It's at their house. It's gonna come with Steph and I in the move because, well, why wouldn't it? I doubt my fiance knows what a Dreamcast is. You know? You know, I'm gonna be a bad fiance. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay. I did not get a chance to ask the fiancé if she's ever heard of a Dreamcast. But I did snag some Entenmann's chocolate chip cookies, which are the stuff of legend. Yeah, the body. Doesn't really feel like as much of a challenge. I didn't know there was an Ed, Edd n Eddy Dreamcast game. I knew there was one for Nintendo 64. So it was this poor kid that used to come into the video store I worked at way back when. He was always looking for Ed, Edd n Eddy, and we never had it. I think at the time it might have been a Blockbuster exclusive because there were certain titles that were Blockbuster exclusives. And now it's like, what the hell is a Blockbuster? My niece is probably going to ask me that. As long as we don't have to one day answer the question, what are elephants? That will be very, very upset. It might have been the GameCube. I'm not certain. I mean, I'm definitely showing my age here, but I rented Sonic the Hedgehog 3 from our local video store back in '94 when it first came out. Yeah, my best friend still prefers Sonic 2. I mean, I love Sonic 2, don't get me wrong. It's a spectacular game, Sonic 2. But Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, that's almost always been my jam. And the very first one, too. But only when I'm trying to break certain records. You know, if this is going to be my last episode for a while, I might have to do some self-parody. Is it a commercial yet? Hang on. I am a very, very, very bad boy. Whew, give me a second. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love the Sonic 2 special stages. They are the best special stages. And believe it or not, my favorite special stage in Sonic 2 is the last one. It is definitely the most rhythmic, along with the sixth one. But finding that rhythm, that can take a lifetime. And Metropolis Zone, yeah, it sucks. It kind of sucks. Anyways, I'm gonna stop shaking my monitor. And I'm gonna put draw cam back. The Knicks are down by 19 points. thank them. Thank you so much. Bring up the smoothing a little bit so that this way we arrive at a solution that is preferable. No. Okay. Getting there. Whew. Now, there are some very exciting things coming down the pike in terms of LuckyZilla. While we're still in the midst of a pandemic, the LuckyZilla comic book series continues. We are reprinting last year's stories, and we are still publishing new entries into the weekly strip every single week, as per usual, since October of 2015. In July, we are going to publish our 300th strip. Quite honestly, I never thought I would make it past the 8th week. And then all of a sudden, I did 200 and... Oh man, which one am I up to now? I did 276 more of them. Oh. Okie dokes. Sounds good. All the best, Nick, to you and yours. And we'll catch you on the next Drezen Draws, whenever that is. Hello, little cat. Whew. Is it just me, or do I hear the Venga boys downstairs? What you doing, little cat? Look at this little stinker. Kitty. What you doing, little kitty? Maleficent. Pretty kitty. Aww. Anyways. And Squishy is back. Magically. Magically, the Squishy is back. Magically. We love the Squishy. 100% otherwise. He looks a tad strange. Almost there, folks. Almost there. Oh wow, the Knicks really blew it this. Oh man, the Knicks really blew it tonight. And that vegan teacher, a TikToker, has apparently 8 warrants out for her arrest. Oh boy, somebody's been misbehaving. Okay. Wow. That felt pretty good. It's certainly far from my best piece. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the final episode of Drezen Draws. We will be back again someday. When that day is, I couldn't say, but like I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, we do birthday parties and corporate events. For more details and or to reserve, message us or visit us at drezenmedia.com. We got a board game for sale, Luckyzilla, based on the webcomic and comic book series of the same title. Speaking of which, you can feed your imagination and take flight with Luckyzilla comic magazines on luckyzilla.com, as well as classic Luckyzilla moments and movies on a celebration of Luckyzilla. I'm Rich Drezen. This is Drezen Draws. To see more Drezen Draws, to catch up on our previous episodes, you'll find them on this page. You will also find them on our Drezen Media YouTube channel. All 110 of them, including this episode. So for now, stay drawsome. All the best, good night, be safe.